So recently, I became aware of two articles published by The Gamer that delved into the deep world that is speedrunning. But what I found is that the author had only a fairly mild understanding of the concept or just lacked the research to write a more accurate article. What do I mean by that? Well, the first article is titled 10 Fastest Speedrunners of All Time. Now, I'm going to be very flexible. I'm not going to be all, well, actually, when it comes to the subject, because after all, I'm not exactly an expert, and I think it's great if works like this can get more people into the subject that is speedrunning. But I couldn't tell you what the 10 fastest speedruns are, which is why I wouldn't make a video advertising that I do. So let's check out what they got. This article says that the 10th fastest speedrun of all time ever completed Cuphead Any %. Something that bothers me is that they explicitly named the Any % category, because if they were just talking about Any % runs for the whole article, I could give them a lot more leverage, but we're not. And Any % isn't even the fastest category for Cuphead. Never mind one of the fastest speedruns of all time. There are multiple other categories that have faster speedruns for Cuphead, and in general. Games like Minecraft, Super Mario Bros, and The Sims, and so many more have runs that can be completed in much less time than 28 minutes. Another thing I caught on reading this article is that they do mention a lot of household names like Zelda and Elden Ring, which is absolutely understandable when trying to reach a broader audience. But when it comes to what the article is claiming to contain, it's just simply untrue. These are not the fastest speedruns whatsoever, and while I will give some credit for the proclaimed fastest speedrun on the list being Minesweeper's 1 second beginner run, because it is definitely one of the fastest times you can achieve, it is still untrue. You can do a bit more digging. It didn't take me much to find that Clue has a speedrun in less than a second, Civ 5 has been completed in 1/3 of a second, and if you really want to nitpick, Minecraft Classic has categories completed in 1/1000th of a second. My point is, while appealing to a broader audience, they absolutely missed the mark on trustworthy journalism. Which wouldn't be so bad if this was the only article on the subject, but there is another, by this same news studio. In the opposite corner of the fastest speedruns, a different author brings us the 8 longest speedruns. Which, just to start, why 8? Why pick such a specific number? I don't know if they couldn't find more long speedruns, but it really isn't hard. It took me like 1 second. For example, they have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, 180 emblems at number 8, being done in some over 7 hours. Alright. Let's see, there's Breath of the Wild 100%, Tears of the Kingdom 100%, God of War Ragnarok Any % and 100%, The Longing 400 Days, and probably a lot more, but you get the point. It didn't take me long to find these runs, and again, it'd be crazy if this article was 100% accurate. I just think that it shouldn't have this level of inaccuracy. Fast forwarding, they even have the number 1, the numero uno, longest game to run as Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean 100% at 337 hours. Which, like I said for the fastest speedruns article, it's a very good pick. It's without a doubt one of the longest speedruns ever completed, and an incredibly impressive feat I might add. The only grievance that I carry about this is that it's simply not the longest. That honor goes to the old school RuneScape's Max Cape speedrun, which at fastest took 770 hours. But that's a subject for another video. It just seems like these pieces were rushed by the authors, or that they really weren't interested in the subject material. Once again, I do hope that people can learn and get more into speedrunning scene based off these writings, but I think a bit more accuracy in their work couldn't hurt either. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and take care.